Trucker Z, how you doing, sir? Hopefully you're having a good day. Doing a quick live here, like I said I would do, for some people wondering what I use for the kitchen. So we're going to do a quick little quote-unquote kitchen tour. Ag Hauler, how you doing, sir? I met one of your fellow your fellow co-workers back in, I think it was in South Dakota when I met him. He says he ain't seen you for a while, so I'm just hoping you were okay. So hopefully you are. Mr. Hart, I expected to see you anytime I'm talking about food or something with the kitchen. I know you're going to be there. All right, let me pull these curtains here a little bit so I don't blind anybody there. There we go. That should be okay. All right. I'm going to turn that fan off there. All right, so I was asked about, what I use, primarily starting with the table, but I was going to go through a lot of different things that I use as my primary tools in the kitchen. Let's see if I can find my... what do I do with it? Sorry, I'm hunting for stuff that I can't really see. So, there you go. Well, we'll start as is. Okay. So, for the truck drivers out there, Matthew, how you doing? Okay. Well, hopefully everything's working good for you. I hope your son is doing good down there on the board, and now he's got a little bit more support. All right, so talking about what I use to cook in the truck. All right, one of the big things is always making sure, like with anything, you have a good supply of water. I always buy the 1 gallon jugs. Now, I will go to Walmart and buy these for 85, 90 cents. Instead of buying the cases of, the single serving bottles, buying big old cases and constantly throwing those bottles away. I buy the 1 gallon bottles only. I don't buy, and if I buy a single, bottle of water, I'm going to buy a bottle of Fiji water. I like the taste of Fiji. I think it's worth the money for me. But that's the only time I'm buying a single bottle of water. Otherwise, I buy the full 1 gallon bottles. Right? Now, I just set that on the floor right here in front of my drawer, my chest of drawers for my clothes. And yes, that's the advantage, Trucker Z. It does turn into that when necessary. Now, the other most favorite tool, of course, is my pressure cooker, the Instant Pot. So this is one of my most indispensable cooking tools. I love this thing. And I just set that right on the floor here as well. Now, people were asking yesterday about my camp table. So I'm going to break this down real quick so you can see it, right? So this is your typical camp table from, I bought it from Amazon. It's like $40 at the most. Mr. Nathaniel Lee. So the table folds up like that. Well, here's the name of it. Your typical Chinese knockoff. Make a billion of them, sell them for dirt cheap, and whatnot. But so just folds up. It's got aluminum plates in here. And it's just a simple little base that folds up and locks in at the quarters up here. You know, like that. And then on the edge of the tabletop, got the rods here. You know, they're a little bit flat on one side, a little bit thicker like that. Then that just basically just clicks down in there like that. And it makes it nice and tight. All right, my inverter. It's 1800 watts. It was built in with the truck. It's a company truck, so you know it works pretty good. I do have to be careful that all the appliances I do use are below that. I make sure that everything that all the tools that I put on the truck are under 1500 watts. That way I have no problem with it. All right. So, unfortunately, the table's a little bit short. So it's below the edge of the bed here by about 6 inches. It's not as comfortable as I would like, but it fits right there in that spot. And I typically leave it up most of the time. I just pull it over, access my door right here for the close. Mr. Floto, how you doing? A little bit of a kitchen tour, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we're right to the side of here, right here. I have my microwave. I'm not going to worry about turning it around. You know, standard plug, standard American plug. Not for Kevin Hart there. He gets those weird British plugs. And I have, you know, just a little power strip here, which, you know, just lets me plug it in because otherwise the cable's just too short to reach. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Trying to think here about what I'm doing, which doesn't really help anybody. All right, let's put this out the way here. All right. So, a lot of the other tools are basically the same thing you're going to find in any house. So, I picked up a little small 3-drawer unit. Now, it's a little, you know, like I said, Sterilite. Little thing, like $5 from Walmart. All my knives and forks and spoons. Paring knives. You know, a little rice scoop. You know, a little peeler. And then down at the bottom, you know, measuring cups and little odds and ends like that. Just fit right in there. All right. So I got that set off to the side over there. And it stays pretty well. You know, fairly well. All right. Now up here, bring this down here. I do have a lot of stuff on the truck. More than most people ever have. Right. And of course, it's making a racket. All right, so for the Instant Pot, I have a steamer basket, which sits inside, so it sits off the bottom. A little bit of water in the bottom to, you know, steam things, whatnot. Gives me a little bit more flexibility. I have another Instant Pot cooking vessel. This one's not stick. The other one is stainless steel. When I make rice or things that are really sticky, I'll use this one. All right. I have a collapsible dish rack. If I take take dishes into the shower and wash them in there, you know, little silicone dish rack expands to that. You know, your standard, you know, simple thing for storage, collapses down. I got a little grill basket. I had a air fryer this came with. The air fryer blew up, but I kept this piece. So always a little bit something extra. Do that. A microplane box grater. So you got a slicer, a coarse, grater there, a medium-sized grater, then a fine grater on this side. It is a bit overkill for a lot of things, but when I want to take a potato and I want to make hash browns, real fast on this, real fast. So that's one. This is another one of them tools that I really don't like being without. And I have, a regular kettle. Boil some water. Because it's got a nice tight sealing lid and a spout cover. Yes, it does whistle. But this will boil water a lot faster than just in an open pot. And when you're trying to do something a little bit faster, boil the water in this, pour it in the pot, then do what you need to do. I got another steamer insert for the Instant Pot. This one just a little plastic, so I can put rice in the bottom, put some vegetables here on top, 2-in-1 kind of thing. There we go. And of course, bowls, some ceramic bowls, and a couple plastic ones I got from Walmart, which are really, these are like 50 cents from Walmart. Works really good. And then of course, plates, same thing. A small plastic cutting board. So we don't, just have, and a couple of measuring cups. And, just put it all together, just more stuff that you really don't need, but I want because I want to cook and I want it to be, to benefit me as much as possible. Now, it's always just a matter of being able to fit everything together. So, some plastic, storage bins, little Tupperware type things, and this lid goes to a plastic container that has a vacuum sealer on it. So it's got a real nice edge around here that'll make an airtight seal. I put my little vacuum pump on the middle, suck out all the air, and this really helps to store stuff very, very well. Okay, stick that up there out the way. Let's see here. And of course, I also use the little vacuum bags. Put that little pump right there on that circle. Ziploc top. Does a good job for, storing things for a little bit longer term. All right. Now, I do have some dirty dishes from last night. So we're just going to run, so like I said, little paring knives, pair of kitchen tongs, non-scratch top on there, really helps. Plates, bowls, a little ladle, just big enough to do what it needs to do. Put that out the way, here we go. So instead of carrying, a lid for each and every single pot and pan, I got one universal lid. It's larger than normal. It's got a silicone edge, so no matter where I set it, it's not going to burn, it's not going to break. A little bit of glass in there. Your typical type thing. My hot plate. This is only about 500, 700 watts. Let me see right here. It says here. No, I'm sorry. It's 1,000 watt. Yeah, it's 1,000 watt. So it could be a little bit more powerful, but it does what it needs to do. The Panini grill, basically like a George Foreman grill for most Americans. Stick it in there, bing, bang, boom. Does a great job with steak or chicken, making a grilled cheese sandwich, whatnot. Yes, you can. The vacuum bags are, are reusable. You take them, you turn them inside out, you scrub them down. Works pretty good. I try not using them when I do things like chicken, vegetables and things that don't stain. I'll reuse the bags, so they're pretty good. But I prefer using the actual plastic container. They just work a little bit better. They're easier to clean. But there you go. All right. So now, a good 3-quart, pan or pot. I got a nice 8-inch wide, small mini wok, like an 8-inch pan. Now I have the paper in here so they don't rattle, they don't wear away the surface when they're nested together. Another 8-inch pan. A square pan, another square or round pan, a square pan, a cast iron pan, and a little tray, that I kind of, prep all my vegetables and everything else, throw it in here, then I can throw it in the pan. So set that right there. And I just use the paper towels here, the little napkins there to keep things from rubbing against each other when I'm going down the road, because just that friction damages the pans and the pot surface, messes it up. A nice large cutting board. It does have a design on this side, but this side no design, so I always use this side to cut on. That little bit of paint isn't going to be anything harmful, but I prefer to use that side, so I do. Right. Then I got a container here with a lid on it. So for my panini grill, I got a little fat tray that clips right on the front. About a dozen pair of chopsticks, silicone spatulas, another spoon, can opener, bottle opener, a turner, and of course my first chef knife. And I forgot to put this one away, but my new chef knife, that just sits right in there. Everything's contained, everything's in a good place. That just sits on top of my small dry food storage bin, drawers. And in here, I keep my my Ziploc bags and my, so I got some regular Ziploc bags here. I got a stick blender, pair of kitchen scissors, and I keep various storage bags in here. So, like these, go right back in there. Then, of course, it's got a lid so nothing's falling out. Got a little, roll of aluminum foil or aluminium foil, just for you, Kevin. Gotta make sure we pronounce it right. So, that just sits in there like that. Unfortunately, it's just not enough room for everything that I do want that I could actually make use of. But I have a lot more than what 99% of all truck drivers have. We'll stick this back in here. But when I want to do something particular, I have it. You know, there's no way that I can't really cook it. The only thing I don't have is a decent oven. Put that in there like that. Put this up in here. Put this away. Shove that in there. All right, let me turn it around so you can see. So that fits in there like that. So all the pots and pans, cutting board, my containers. I got one drawer that has box pasta. You know, this is kind of my backup supply. So let's see, penne pasta with mushroom, fusilli pasta with tomato basil sauce. What is this? Trinette pasta with Alfredo. Spaghetti with tomato and basil sauce. I think I have some, I thought I had some gnocchi in here, but I guess maybe not. No, I don't have, I thought I had some gnocchi, but I don't have any gnocchi in there. But I got basically a good week and a half worth of food in there. You know, I got oatmeal, tuna, fish. I got some, you know, in the cup brownie and cake. Some ramen, noodles in there. Yeah. Down the bottom, you know, rice, cornstarch, flour, Bisquick, peanut butter, various other spices in there. All right. And that is, and just that, that's more than most guys will ever have on their truck. Now, that could be either a good thing or a bad thing. All right, so now I also have up here, now I got a box of curry, some hot chocolate mix, a new bottle of soy sauce, a jar of tomato sauce, some Italian seasoning, and some garlic Parmesan seasoning. We're gonna try that with something. That's in one box. All right. Then we got another box here. Now we got another thing of ramen. I got some cheese sauce for nachos. A can of chili, salt, some chili powder, black pepper. I got some water chestnuts for next time I do a stir fry. Also got some dishwashing liquid up in here. Just gonna throw all that back in there real quick. And we got one more box down here. So, you know, a bottle of olive oil. I'll stick that right there. We got some apple cider vinegar, which this is a brand new bottle. I haven't opened this one yet. My vacuum pump that I use to, you know, for those little containers. I didn't need to, I actually had that one out. Yep. I got me some saprosata sausage. I've been nibbling on that. I got some bamboo skewers. When I want to do like a little kebabs, you know, I got that. Coffee cup. Even though I don't drink coffee, got a coffee cup. I actually got two. I got some spaghetti rigati. Nice, good spaghetti noodles. And I got me some tortillas. I've got to finish these ones here. Some hamburger buns. A small thing of bok choy. And of course, potato. Yep. There. And things are kind of just put wherever they will sit. You know, it's not that there's a specific place for it. I just put it in there, and hopefully everything fits. And hopefully everything doesn't fall over and break and blah, 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 blah. You know, let's put that up in there. It's just a matter of putting things in a place where they're not going to get crushed, they're not going to get broken, they're not going to get forgotten. Put that up there. There we go. Like I said, I'm going to use this tomorrow for a bit of stir fry. All right, so what else do we have on the truck? Well, yesterday I went to the store, got a couple of yellow onions. I got a couple of cans of baked beans. Always good with hot dogs. Gotta find a place for all these things though. The onions are going to take out of the bag. I'm going to set them right here on this little shelf here. Let's see, I got me a little thing of corned beef hash. Make a great breakfast. Corned beef, add some extra potatoes, put some bacon on the side, fry that up so it's nice and crispy, and really a little bit salty, a little bit crispy, a little bit of pepper. Put a couple of fried eggs on top and some toast. Good to go. So I picked up a couple of boxes of farfalle pasta. These always make a good soup. Good, with some hamburger and some vegetables on top. Quick and easy. A couple of boxes of that. What do we got? Now here's the container for that lid, that vacuum seals. All right, let's see what we got here. I got some Ritz crackers. A little bit of canned cheese on top. Yeah. A little bit of easy cheese on top of that. Always a good snack for me. We got some Orville Redenbacher Ultimate Butter bags. I got a dozen of those. So always have a snack if I need to. Picked up a loaf of white bread for sandwiches, for toast. I might make French toast. I got to pick me up some cinnamon and a can of milk, but make some French toast in the morning. Be good. All right. Yes. So got some spicy brown mustard. Always a winner. Stick this out the way. All right. Now for the fun part, the refrigerator. It's going to be messy. All right, let's put that there. So we got some barbecue sauce. So we can stick this over here where it's not going to get too bad. We got a few carrots. So my favorite woman in the world, Mrs. Butterworth. Love you, baby. Let's see what we got in here. We got some got some pre-grated cheddar cheese, curry paste, my favorite salad dressing, Italian zesty robusto. Nice. That's always a beautiful thing on a salad. I got some breakfast sausage, my favorite brand, Tennessee Pride. Some A1 sauce. Some Kitchen Bouquet browning sauce. Whenever I make a stew or a gravy, that's always comes in handy. And some tomato paste. Let's see what we got here. Well, we got a pack of tartar sauce, a couple of packs of yellow mustard, some Sonny's original style barbecue sauce. Always good for like a little chicken sandwich. Just one little pack goes just fine. We got ourselves a small brick of Tillamook cheddar cheese, which with the box grater we always have shredded cheese. We got some onion already cut up. Some pulled pork. This will make 2 good pulled pork sandwiches or 3 pork fajitas or pork burritos. I got some Kerrygold garlic and herb butter, compound butter, already made. We got some regular Kerrygold butter. Stick that back up in there. All right, we got an open thing of butter. We got some orange sauce for making orange chicken. We got a packet of that. We got some American cheese. We got some slices there. All right. Oh, let's see what we got in here. We got some breaded chicken to make orange chicken with. Stick that right there. Still got a little bit of thick cut bacon. Some butter spread, which is almost gone, which I'm actually going to use that tonight, so we're going to leave that out. I got a Marie Callender's beef pot pie. So I'm going to cook this for dinner, along with a burger, I think, or with some bread and butter, maybe a hamburger, because this isn't going to satisfy me tonight by itself. So we're going to have that for dinner as well. Let's see here. I picked up 4 hamburgers. I need to swap these over into a airtight container. But I got 4 of those. I'm going to cook 2 of these tonight, and the other 2 we'll put in the freezer. So we'll do that. Like I said, I got some chocolate with almonds. I got 5 eggs in here. Some hot dogs. Some bean dip. I think it's a little bit too old, so we're just going to throw that away. I'm not going to worry about that. Some minced garlic. A thing of ketchup. Some provolone cheese. That'd be good on a sandwich. We got another 6-pack of eggs. So tomorrow morning, I'm having potatoes and eggs for breakfast with some bacon, maybe some of the sausage. Do something nice. I got an open thing of salsa con queso for nachos, which definitely want to have. We have some leftover pickle juice. I got some peach jam. And unfortunately, some Parmesan grated, Kraft grated cheese. I'm going to set that right there. All right, I have some pre-made burrito beef, mix. So we're gonna be having burritos for a couple of days more. I got some ham, which, like I said, salad, an omelet in the morning. Got that. A small jar of Miracle Whip. All right, so chicken and beef demi-glace. These will make a soup. This will make a sauce so much better. These are indispensable. I got beef and I got chicken. I got a small head of butter leaf lettuce. I still have some green onion, vacuum packed so they last a little bit longer. And the rest of my other Italian, dressing, which we'll take care of that tonight. Now, up in the freezer, this is I thought it was a bit larger, 2.6 pound pork roast. This is going to make some good pulled pork barbecue. Let's see what we got here. We got a small packet, like a 12-ounce pack of mixed vegetables. There we go. What is this? We got some chicken thighs. We have some chuck roast, beef chuck roast. and a thing of lima beans, all just kind of jammed up in there as I can. Which, you know, that's the extent of the room that I have. So trying to put everything in there sometimes is a little bit tough. Let's see. Sorry about that. Looking straight up in there. So one day I will be going through here and defrosting this because it really needs it. But you know, you can only do what you can do. So I have 2 pieces of the chuck roast. I have 2 thighs left, which we're going to put this in the refrigerator. Take it out of the freezer. Like I said, a big thing of lima beans, which I want to eat later. I'm not going to worry about it now. Yeah, let's see. Where's that other? So the chicken's not going up in there. Those are going back up in there. Good, good, good. So now we got to try to get everything back in there in some kind of neat order. So put those on the bottom, that on the bottom like that. Put this on top, it's a little bit taller. Like I said, it's just not enough room to do what I really want to do in here. But you know, you can only do what you got. So you know, it's kind of a you pick and choose what you're doing there. You know, so yeah, put that in there. That. Just Butterworth, live right there. That in there. Like I said, everything else is kind of just wedge in there as it can, and you just kind of got to grit and say, okay, that's a priority. That's not a priority. We might have a little bit of a salad tonight. Now just kind of wedge things in, tuck them wherever you can tuck them, and hopefully everything fits and doesn't fall as soon as you open the door. Put those behind there. You really got to sometimes just cram it in, and hopefully nothing breaks. You know, it's, now, I wish I had so much more room than what I have, but, you know, it's woulda, coulda, shoulda type affair. Let's throw that up in there. Yeah, we're going to have this lettuce tonight. Like I said, a little bit of green onion, hot dogs. The Marie Callender's thing's not going back in there, so we just save a little space with that. There we go. And that's primarily, let me put these back in here. That really is almost the end all be all of it. I'll drink that. You know, it's not that it's Pugface, how you doing, sir? Glad to have you. Well, so far, I've managed to take every off-ramp to avoid it, so it's working for me. So, and some people think it's disgusting, but pickle juice. Ah, love it. Makes you feel alive drinking that. Well, we just got to move things around here a little bit so we can make some actual dinner. So first thing we're going to have, we're going to make our Marie Callender beef pot pie. So we got our microwave plug. Got our little power strip to make sure it can reach down to the inverter. Turn that on. Turn that on there. There we go. Beep. It's working. So all we do is we just, I don't know why they put a dotted line on here, because, you know, the perforation never works. It's not perfect, but, you know, little beef pot pie, that needs, how long does that need? That needs like 9 minutes. Yeah, we'll put it on there for that. There we go. Then we're going to have that. We're going to have a little bit of bread and butter with it. And then once we make that, we'll have, like I said, we're going to take our butter leaf lettuce here. We're not really going to have anything else with it. No onion or radish or, you know, anything else with it. We're just going to have the lettuce by itself. At least some of the leaves. We're going to keep a couple leaves extra for the doodad here, the hamburger. So we're going to go ahead and while we're waiting for that to cook, we're going to take, well, hopefully this has enough power in it. Yes, it does. So we're just going to take 2 of these and vacuum seal them right now. All right. So just zip it up. Try to get as much of the air first before you actually close it up. Then, like I said, you got the little circle right here. This is the adapter for the hard side containers. Seals that right on up. So it stays a little bit fresher by getting the oxygen out of there. And then these 2, we're going to make a double cheeseburger. So I got 2 burgers here. Like I said, I got some American cheese. I got salt. Well, I got pepper, salt, mustard, ketchup, onion, and some lettuce. And of course, I got a couple hamburger buns. Now, I am quite hungry. So 2 nice pieces of bread here. Grab a nice butter knife. Our little butter spread. Gonna put a nice coat of butter on this so it can actually taste the butter. I know that's hard to see on the screen. You know, poured lighting, bread with bright colored butter. But okay, so we got this out of the refrigerator, which is awfully nice. There we go. Put the rest of this butter on this side here. A little bit thin over there. All right. So a nice hot pie. Like that. So now we can twist that up. If I can find the little twist tie. There we go. Like I said, we're going to have this hot pie, little mini salad, some bread. Then we're going to make a double cheeseburger. I would put bacon on it, but I really don't want to take time to make bacon. It's been a long enough day already. But that's really the entirety of my kitchen. You know, I can do 90+% of almost anything you could do in a regular kitchen. I have enough of the tools. Hey, Matthew, you have a good night, sir. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. So, but I have enough tools that I can do almost anything that I want. You know, and if I can't do it this way, I'll find a way to do it some other way. So, you know, it works. It works. Oh, in case you hadn't noticed, yes, I do have my watch back on. The screen popped off of it. I was going to get it fixed, but I just took some regular industrial glue, glued it down myself, so I'm wearing the watch again. No big deal, but somebody else commented. A guy I work with, he says, well, when did you get that watch? I said, I've always had it. Oh, last time I seen you didn't have it on. Yeah, well, so it was broken, but I kind of fixed it. All right. But that's pretty much the vast majority of my kitchen. It's just, I make sure that I have what I need and want. That way I can cook the way I want and be happy on the road. Because if I had to eat out at a truck stop restaurant every night, oh my God, I'd be miserable. I'd be absolutely miserable. All right, another 3 minutes for this pot pie. Like I said, I can have some popcorn for dinner if I want. But tomorrow morning, before I hit the road, potatoes and eggs, a little bit